Dorothy M. Green, the class of 1938. Let me tell you about Dorothy. An all-around athlete, a pioneer in women's sports. Started playing sports around the age of 8, by the way, with the neighborhood boys. She was captain of softball, baseball, basketball, and field hockey. Dot was a member of the Girls Athletics League, sophomore, junior, and senior years. Recipient of the insignia of the Girls Athletic League for high point scoring, 300. This is the equivalent of today's senior athlete awards. She was a member of the first Natick High School women's field hockey squad, a member of the undefeated senior championship volleyball interleague team, All-American Girls Professional Basketball League at Cooperstown, inducted November 5th, 1988. Awesome, absolutely awesome. Dorothy M. Green from Natick High School, and accepting on behalf is her brother, John Green.
Don't let this frighten you. This is the second opportunity I've had in Natick to accept an honor on behalf of my sister Dorothy. It's a bittersweet occasion for me because on the one hand I do so with great pride and affection. On the other hand, with sincere regret that she's not able to be here to accept this on her own. She was a recipient of the inducted into the Wall of Achievement in 1999. Dot passed away in 1992 at the age of 71 after 11 years of a distinguished career in women's baseball, one of the top players in the country, and after 11 years as a senior administrator at the MCI Framingham. Along with the other players in the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League, Dottie enjoyed wide recognition and celebrity, particularly as a result of the issuance of the film League of Their Own. Gina Davis played the role of catcher in the Rockford Peaches. The real catcher in the Rockford Peaches was my sister Dorothy. This film brought attention to the long neglected history in that chapter in American sports history of these wonderful women players. I had the privilege of traveling with that team several times, and you just can't believe how good they were. And they had a tremendous impact on the morale of Midwestern cities during World War II because people could not travel at that time, gas rationing and so forth. So Phil Wrigley, the Chicago Cubs owner, created this league to kind of make it possible for people to have recreation in their own hometowns. He also thought if the major leagues lost all of its players, they'd move these women into the major league stadiums. That didn't happen, didn't have to happen. The film featured Dot's team, the Rockford Peaches. As I said, she was a catcher there for the first 5 years, suffered a bad knee injury, and then became what they call a chaperone, which is kind of a combination assistant coach and trainer. Many things that trainers had to do there that male managers could not do in women's teams. That league was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1988, as was mentioned, not as individuals, but as an entire unit, as a symbol of the recognition of their contribution. As many kinds of recognition as Dottie received over the years, particularly as a result of that notoriety, nothing would have been treasured more than what we're seeing here this evening, her induction into the Natick Athletic Hall of Fame, and as I mentioned before, into the Wall of Achievement several years ago. That's because Dot simply loved her hometown. Why live anywhere else, she would ask. And she never did. She passed away in the same room as which she was born. Lived in that home in Natick, West Natick, throughout her whole career, our family home. She never understood why I didn't stay in Natick. I taught in Natick, class of 1950 graduate. Absolutely no athletic skill or record, which was kind of embarrassing. I was a piano teacher, and she was one of the best athletes in the country. To demonstrate her affection for Natick, she created a scholarship, which we're still granting each year to an outstanding female scholar athlete at the high school. And into her late 60s, and even in failing health, you couldn't keep her away from those Thanksgiving football games. Weather was not a deterrent. We just had to wait at home or go with her to get her out for those games. Also, I remember many, many cold nights in the Boston arena, particularly in the late 40s, as she attended and dragged me to a number of Natick High School hockey games. She was just thrilled about Natick sports. So knowing how much this induction would mean to Dot, above and beyond any other honor she's ever received, I do want to express our family's profound thanks for your including her as a member of this inaugural class. And again, as many others have, congratulate the Hall of Fame committee for initiating this wonderful new tradition for a town so proud of its rich sports heritage. Thank you.